ॐ स्थापकाय स्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः. Offering my Sastanga pranams to Sri Ramakrishna, Mother Sharda Devi and Swami Vivekananda, I offer my heartfelt namaskar to all of you. In the Bhagavad Gita, when Lord Krishna was trying to lift up Arjuna, who was immersed in sorrow, melancholy, Vishada. Now, he was in total confusion. Why? Because all this comes due to attachment. So what is attachment? Though we, all of us, are Purna, infinite in nature, we have infinite energy, we have infinite knowledge and infinite joy, bliss in us. We erroneously, due to ajnana, forgetfulness, think that we are little, we are mean, we are identifying ourselves with this body, mind, ego, and so we come into contact with the external world through the senses, the mind. So it wants to get puny joy, little joy, thinking that without them, without the people around us, we cannot survive. But in reality, we are infinity ourselves. Amritasya putraha, children of immortality. We are the part of God. Just like in the Bible it is told, I, the God and his Son, I and my Father are one and the same. So there is no difference between you and God. But because now we are wrongly thinking that we are the body, ego, and that wrong thinking makes us get into sorrow. So to fulfill that we are incomplete, we go on collecting things, we go on collecting people, we go on trying to get so much of security, but they are all temporary in nature. And so when we come to know they are going away, we are losing them, we are getting into trouble, we are getting into suffering again and again. Now, Krishna gives us the method by which we can overcome this. So that is what Krishna is telling in the Bhagavad Gita, 14th verse. Before going to that, I will give you one day-to-day example in the life of a lady who was a householder. She was considered to be a saint. She lived in Iraq at that time, maybe some 200-300 years back. Her name was Rabia al-Adabia. Now, she didn't read Upanishad, she didn't read Bhagavad Gita, she didn't read Vedanta, but due to her sincerity and intense faith in God, she had realized God. She knew the truth. So she was living the life of an ordinary householder. She had a husband. She had 2 children who were almost at the age of 18 or 20, both of them. So they used to, because the husband was a farmer, they used to go to the field to work. Now, one fine day, this great lady was considered to be a saint in that area, and people used to come to her to get their problems and sorrows resolved. So this lady, while she was doing her household chores, suddenly a farmer came running and told her, my dear mother, both of your children, see, you should know that she has brought them up to the age of youth, 18, 20 years, both of them, 2 children. While they were working, due to lightning, because the lightning struck and died. Now they bought the body and they brought it inside and showed it to the mother. Just imagine that situation. what would be the intense sorrow of the mother? You should just imagine it. Then she told, my dear friends, take the body of these two children of mine, keep it inside, lock it inside that room. Now I have to prepare my husband for this mishap so that he should not be in shock and get into some sort of problem. So I want to prepare my husband. Please keep the body inside. Do not cry, do not sob, do not make a big hue and cry. I want to prepare my husband. Now she kept those two bodies inside the room, and when in the evening the husband came back, she told, my dear husband, today I have a problem, peculiar problem. What is that? All the people in this town, they believe that you are a saint and they come to you for resolving all their problems, and now you have a problem. Yes, what is the problem? Please tell me. You have to give the solution to that. I should give the solution to you. Now, long back, some 18 or 20 years back, the neighbor, an old man, he was going on a pilgrimage. You know, in those days, going to the pilgrimage, people may rob them or steal them or kill them also. So it was no guarantee that he will return back. So he had two very costly jewels, maybe diamonds or other things. So he gave that to me for safekeeping. The two jewels, he gave that to me for safekeeping. Now he told, I don't know whether I will come back or not, but I'm going to the pilgrimage. Please have these two jewels. If I come back, please return it to me. If I don't come back, you can use it. It is yours. Okay, I kept it and I started using it, wearing it on my ears. Now I got attached to those ornaments. Now after 20 years, now or 18 years, that old man has come back and he's telling, please give my jewels back. Now I'm attached to those jewels. I don't like to give it back. What shall I do now? Can you please advise me? The husband got angry. What is this? It belongs to him. You know that. They call you a saint. And you are behaving like that. Do you need advice from me? Give it back to him. It belongs to him. You know that very well. No, I'm attached to that. Never mind. Come. Both of us will go and give that to that old man. And told, yes, both of us will give it back. She went and opened the door and showed the body of their children, telling that these were the two ornaments given by God 18 years and 20 years back. Now, the Lord wants it back. I'm attached to those things. Now, both of us, we will together give it back to God. That was how she prepared the husband for the death of the children. See, what a wonderful way she approached the husband. The husband now without a tear. Now he did all the funeral ceremony and he could withstand the shock of the death of the children. And somebody asked her, you are a mother. How could you withstand the pain of the shock of the death of your children, that to grown-up children? They tell that the severest pain one gets is when you are very young, maybe childhood, when you are maybe 5 or 6 years old and your parents die. That will be too intense pain for the child because they lose the love and affection of the parents. And when they are married newly and either the young husband or the young wife dies, then too the pain will be intense. And old age, when the parents have grown old and when they lose their grown-up children. So these are the three very painful separations our scriptures tell. Now, this lady, almost in her middle age or old, mother, how could you withstand the mother? For the mother, it will be very difficult. How could you withstand that? The answer was, if you have intense faith in God, intense faith in your true nature, can bring you out of any sort of difficulties. That's why it's very necessary that you should develop love towards God. Now, studying this wonderful verse, Krishna, in a very intellectual way, very nice way, he will take us through the process by which we can come out of it. The 14th verse, I am doing that in Bhagavad Gita, so I wanted to share with that. In the Bhagavad Gita, I have gone into the details, but I can't go into the details here because I have very short time. So now Krishna tells, Matra Sparshastu Kaunteya, O Arjuna, why do you get into troubles and sorries? Why are you into sorrows? Matra Sparshastu Kaunteya, Shitoshra Sukadakadaha, Agamapaino Anityaha Tam Titikshasva Bharata. O Arjuna, because the sense organs, we have 5 sense organs, you know that eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin and all those things. And they open up, they are the windows for us. Our mind, which has a lot of desires, will go out into the external world to get the sense objects. So that you like or dislike, whatever you like, that will go and get attached to that. What you don't like, it will repel. So it will cause attachment and hatred, raga and dvesha. That is the reason. So sense organs and the objects of senses, they cause, due to the contact, cold and heat. Here, cold and heat means everything in this universe is in dualities. If you take success, then loss also will come with it. If you take pain, pleasure also will come. If you take pleasure, pain also will come. So many will come. So that is the nature of this world. Nature of all the objects in this world. So that's why he's telling heat and cold. Heat and cold means you like something, okay. In summer, you like cold. In winter, you like heat. So it goes on changing, your likes and dislikes also goes on changing. So here, whatever is pleasurable is told as heat, you can take as one, and unpleasurable is cold. So it changes the thing too. So pleasure and pain, when your senses or your mind goes into contact with the objects, it is bound to give you heat and cold, pain and pleasure. But you should know they are impermanent, O Arjuna. So you have to endure them. That is what Krishna is telling. Pain and pleasure. See, Atman, your true nature is real. To contact with that. So there will be pain and pleasure. Automatic, they will come. You cannot stop it. So you have to learn to endure, O Arjuna. He's telling us the method. So here Krishna says that just as you understand and accept the nature of God or Atman or Parabrahman, which is true, which is real, similarly you should understand and accept the nature of Anatman or this world which is impermanent and full of pain. Because wisdom consists in accepting the nature of a thing. And why do you accept the nature of a thing? Because there is no choice. Because the nature of the thing cannot be. Why do you call that the nature of that thing? Because you cannot change that nature. That's why you call that as the nature. Now let us take the example or some explanation by Revered, most revered Ranganathanandaji Maharaj about this. He tells, Matra Sparsha, the sense objects, Arjuna, what happens to you thereby? Sometimes it will give you sensation of cold, sometimes heat, sometimes pleasure, sometimes pain. That is the nature of such contact. Shita, Ushna, Sukha, Dukkha, Daha. But they are Agama, Apayino. They are temporary. They come and they go. So they don't stay for a long time. There is a saying, what is that? Surjo in Bengali, it is told, Surjo Chirudiner. Surjo means Surya. Chirudiner means it is permanently there. Then Megha Duidiner. What is Megha? Clouds. See, clouds come in the winter or in Durban. Anytime it can come. You can see all 4 weathers in one day itself in Durban. So now you can see that the clouds which do not have existence. We used to think as small children that something solid will be floating there, very hard thing like clouds. But when we go in the aeroplane or when we study science, we come to know they are just steam. It doesn't have existence at all. The aeroplane will be moving in between that clouds. So they don't have existence. Something half existence or very little is covering. Though you are infinite, you have infinite joy, infinite knowledge, infinite strength in you, the agnana, the forgetfulness of yours, the avidya, the nescience. So that is covering, that ego is covering that infinity in you, that infinite strength in you, making you very weak, making you very small, and putting you into pain and pleasure and all the problems. That's why no, the Atman, that which you have, God, is eternal, like the sun. But the clouds, they come and go. They vanish. Nothing to worry. Even the wind, favorable wind can take it away. That is what Mother Sharda Devi used to tell this. What is that? Surjo Chirudiner. Megha Duidiner. So that's, it comes and goes. Now if you go to the airport, if you go to the railway station, they will be always telling arrival and departure of the plane or the train. Gadi, bogi and agayi, chalagayi, they will be telling, announcing in the aeroplane or something. So will you go and cry? Oh, this train was my favorite, it came and it went away. Will you start crying? Will this aeroplane, it came and it went away. Will you start worrying about that? No, you enjoy that as a witness. Likewise, everything in your life comes and goes. So be a witness. Don't get attached to that and start suffering, get into suffering. So here Ranganathanandaji Maharaj is telling, they come and go. They don't persist. Anityaha, they are temporary. If that is so, how shall we react to them properly? Tan titikshasva bharata. Krishna is telling, bear with them. Oh Arjuna, see, that is a wonderful statement. What cannot be cured has to be endured. What cannot be cured has to be endured, we say in English. You fall ill, you go to the doctor will treat you. There is a science about it, but so far as you are concerned, cooperate with the doctor by the tremendous determination to bear with it so long as it is there. So tan titikshasva, bear with them. It develops strength of mind. Try to remove them as far as you can by treatment. What cannot be cured, bear with them. The capacity to bear with these things is a tremendous capacity. We can see that the capacity to bear pain and other experience is very relative to human being. Somebody has more of it and some people have less of it. Now, Revered Ranganathanandaji Maharaj is giving the example of, he was staying in Mysore. So in Mysore Vidyashala, the students were there. So he used to see them. The threshold of pain, as we call it, is neural language. That is concerned with neural, is different in different people. Some people can stand a good deal of it, some people cannot stand even a little of it. When I was in charge of the hostel for students in Mysore, we had to give the malaria inoculation or vaccination injection to our students, young boys of age from 10, 11, 12. Some of them came, took the injection and went away. Some of the students, as soon as they saw the needle, they would become unconscious. Even some of us, in you too, you can see how you react when you go to the doctor. When the doctor is about to give you injection, you should see the reaction of different people. It will be different. They will be shouting and screaming. Even the needle is bought there, is just rubbing that cotton or the solution there. They'll be starting crying and shouting and all those things. So, likewise, Ranganathanandaji Maharaj is telling, some of the students, they became unconscious and fell down. Their threshold of pain is very low. So we have to develop that strength. So I can stand it. The capacity to withstand the nonsense of life is an important capacity. So all this is nonsense. All the things are coming to you in the form of this pain and pleasure, so many other loss and all the other things, they are temporary. Therefore, Shri Krishna said, Tan titikshasva bharata, bear with them. If you don't bear, you will fall down and get destroyed. If you have developed a little more strength, you could have stood it well. So don't be so weak. Everyone must develop a little strength of mind to withstand the changes. So we will now take little help from Swami Vivekananda to understand this. Then we will stop our discussion on this wonderful topic. So titiksha, forbearance. What kind of forbearance? Swami Vivekananda comes to our help. A man may say very harsh things to me, and I may not outwardly hate him for it, may not answer him back, and may restrain myself from apparently getting angry. But anger and hatred maybe in my mind, I may feel very badly towards that man. This is not non-resistance. This is not titiksha. I should be without any feeling of hatred or anger, without any thought of resistance. My mind must then be as calm as if nothing has happened. And only then I have got to that state called titiksha, and I have. Suppose I do not resist and some great evil comes thereby. If I have titiksha, I should not feel any remorse for not having resisted. When the mind has attained to that state, it has become established in titiksha. People in India, sadhus, do extraordinary things in order to practice the titiksha. They bear tremendous heat and cold without caring. They do not even care for snow because they take no thought of the body. It is left to itself as if it were a foreign thing. Now, another beautiful statement about this Bhagavad Gita itself. Swami Vivekananda tells in the complete works, passing through youth, old age, and all the diseases, the childhood of a body, in that I am a witness. I don't cry. I was a baby. I want to be a baby itself. I was crawling. Now I became a child. I was somehow stumbling and I was a toddler. Now I went to the primary school. So from the primary school, I have gone to the high school. Will you start crying? I had to leave my primary school. But you are a witness to all the changes in your life, in your body itself. So passing through youth and old age, so at death, he merely passes to another kind of body. Why should a wise man be sorry and crying for that? Where is the beginning of this emotionalism that has got hold of you, O Arjuna? It is in the senses. It is in your senses. It is the touch of the senses that brings all this quality of existence, heat, cold, pleasure and pain. They come and go. Man is miserable this moment, happy the next. As such, he cannot experience the nature of the soul. So now, going forward, Swami Vivekananda tells, there is nothing in the universe that can change the changeless, the Atman or God who is within you, who is residing within you. As its beginning and end, the dweller in this body is infinite and without end. Knowing this, stand up and fight. Not one step back. That is the idea. Fight it out. Yes, Arjuna had to fight the battle. Then what about you and me? We have to fight the battle of our life. What is life according to Swami Vivekananda? Vivekananda tells, life is a constant fight with nature, internal and external. The moment you stop fighting, it is death. So continue with the fight with the nature, internal and external. Fight it out. Whatever comes, let the stars move from the spear. Let the whole world stand against you. Death means only a change of garment. What of it? Thus fight. You gain nothing by becoming cowards. Taking a step backwards, you do not avoid any misfortune. You have cried to all the demigods and angels in this world. Has misery ceased? The masses in India cried to so many people and other demigods. They still die like dogs. Where are these demigods and other people? They come to help only when you succeed. So what is the use? Die game. This bending the knees to superstitions. This selling yourself to your own mind does not befit you, my soul. You are eternal. You are child of immortality. You are infinite, deathless, birthless. Because you are infinite spirit, it does not befit you to be a slave. Arise, awake, stand up and fight. Die if you must. There is none to help you. You are all the world who can help you. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.